Hello everyone, welcome to our Oracle SQL interview question series. Today we are going to see on the difference between the row ID and Rownum. When we see this difference, just have taken that one table that is called as employee table. Okay, now see here, when we are executing this table, we are getting the actual data we are getting. Okay, but here we are not able to find that Rownum and row ID. Okay, if I want to take the row ID and row num, means for that reason only I have just written select row num comma row ID, all the fields from the employees table, that is employees one dot star. That star it is indicating that all the columns in the table. Okay, this is my table name dot star from employees. Now if I execute this statement, means see here we are getting the data, okay, with the row ID and row num. With help of this output only we can get to know that row num it is in the form of the sequence order and row ID it is like that one character format, that is it is like hexadecimal values it is presented. Okay, now how many values it is presented, means it is 18 digits. Okay, just we can get to know that with help of the length function. Select a length of row ID from employees 1. Now select it and run the statement. Now see here, for all the rows it is presented length it is 18, it is presented. Okay, now just make it here row num. Row num it is a sequence 1. Okay, and when we see that row ID it is like that hexadecimal value, hexadecimal. Okay, and also length it is like that 18. Okay, this is the our first difference. The second differences means here we will take that one details. Okay, that is just copy the statement. Now paste it down. Here we are applying that one conditions. Okay, that is where salary greater than 40,000. That is I am telling that I need the employees who is getting the salaries more than 40,000. Okay, now if I am executing the statement, means see here I am getting the salaries. Okay, more than 40,000 only I am getting the employee details. When we see these record, now see here the row num it is 1, it is presented for that 120 employee ID 120, and they have some row ID it is presented. Just copy these values. Okay, name and employee ID with row ID row num. Okay, now just make it here. This will be easier for you how the difference it is making. Okay, in practically we can get to know that. Now see here, select star from employees, where I am applying condition where here what is our row num, that is here row num it is presented 1. No, so just I will make that where row num equal to 1. Okay, now select the statement and run it. Once we are running, means see employees 1, table or view does not exist, that is our table name it is employees 1. Okay, now select this statement and run it. Now see here we are getting the data, it is 100 and Stephen, like that we get the data. Just make it for our understanding purpose. Who is there, means employee ID 100 and first name it is Stephen and last name it is King. Okay, so this is our getting the row num values. Okay, now we'll make that one more. Just copy this statement and paste it here. Here we are checking that row ID equal to this row ID, it is in the form of the hexadecimal value. That's the reason I am giving this one with the single quotation. Okay, now close the statement. Now if you are executing, means see here we are getting the exact values 120 and Matthew. Okay, the record it is presented. So with help of that we can get to know that when we see this row number, it is like the sequence. and also temporary generating the values, and it is not more efficient to get the data. Okay, but when we are executing with help of a row id, we are getting exact record we are getting. Okay, that is, it is more efficient. And also we can say that this row id, it is like the physical address of the row. Okay, row id, it is also say that physical address of the rows. Okay, and it is like that one pseudo column. Okay, and one more thing, when we are executing this row equal to 1, it will execute the values, and we will get the result set. But apart from that, if I make the 2 or 3 or 4 like that, Rownum equal to 2 or 3 or 4 means we won't get the result, because it always it is useful like less than or equal to 2 or 3 like that only it will take. Okay, it will suitable for equal to 1 conditions only. If you are grading that more than 1, you should give that less than or equal to 2 only, then only we can get the result set. Like that only the row number is defined. Before that, just will give that some overview of that row id and row num. For that I made one this session. See here, difference between the row id and row num. See here, row id, it is like a unique identifier and hexadecimal values. The length of the row id, it is like a 18 digit it is presented. When we see this row num, it is like that unique identifier, and also it is sequence number only. Okay, and row id, it is permanent. Once it is created, it is like the permanent. When it will be created means when the row it is inserted, that time it will generate the row id, and it is permanent one. Okay, but row num, it is like the temporary one. Okay, and with help of this row id, we can get the data more efficient way we can get it. But this will not be that correct way to get that actual record. So because it will change the number of the rows, it acts like the dynamic one. Runtimely it will act like dynamic one. Dynamic data we can get it. With help of the row id, we already saw that in our channel, that is how to delete the duplicate records with the help of the row id. And also with the help of the row num, we can extract the string. That also we already see in the one session. Okay, and now to retrieve the data, whenever we are using the condition, it is like that we should take that row id. Okay, row id, it is 18 digits. We need to take where row id equal to we need to take. But to retrieve the conditions, here we are taking row num less than or equal to, we should use it. If you are presenting the row num more than 1, means we should use that less than or equal to 2. Okay, that is more than 1 values. Okay, so here we should use it less than or equal to. Rownum, it is only suitable for equal to 1 only, not for any other values. Okay, so and also we can say that row id, it is like the physical address of the row, and it is like the pseudo column. It is row num, it is like a sequence and a dynamic one. Okay, thank you for watching.